Would you support the county using public financing tools such as loans, guarantees, or revolving housing funds to accelerate projects like the Basalt Commons?
So I have to admit, Basalt Commons is on the BOCC schedule for tomorrow. And so I had a chance to look at the board packet and kind of and see what's being proposed, which is that the county purchased the property and then leases it back to Mary Hanlon and her group. So there's a lot of information in that contract. I didn't have time to read through all of it, but part of it at the end does give some of their justification for the commissioners of why they would support that. One of which is, it is a tight housing market and it's a tight rental market. And so having additional housing in the area is beneficial for sure. Because at the clerk's office with us recording all of the deeds and that kind of stuff, we could see how the house prices were, right? And so, so it's definitely a need. I think what would have been more interesting was if it was an affordable housing project. My understanding of it is that it's a private developer.
Yes.
And this won't necessarily be rates that are rental rates that are helping, people who are just working and living here and already kind of getting priced out of the house market. So it would have been nice to have a more of a affordable housing component to it, which I don't think there is. But it's definitely been very interesting reading in the concept behind why the county might purchase the property and then lease it back as a way to get the project across the starting line.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm going to jump into a more general discussion about housing. What do you think is the single most effective policy lever a county commissioner can pull? Is it zoning or land use changes, incentives, partnerships? How do we increase affordable housing?
Right. So I had a chance to sit down with Karen Long from Mid-Columbia Housing Authority and find out more about the organization. And, Phil Brady is really kind of the expert on this, but we had a great conversation and she said, I asked her straight out, like, what is it that the county could do to help the organization the most in terms of getting affordable project housing going? And she said, really having affordable land made available. So they need land that is, it's affordable, it's buildable. And if they had those costs that were kind of already picked up in terms of the project, then their focus is really on the construction of the housing itself.
Okay.
And so the county has multiple properties that they have. We also have tax foreclosed properties. And so I think one of the things the county could and should do is look at saying, can we make those properties available to Mid-Columbia Housing Authority, working with either the city or if it's outside of the city, on our own, to find properties that are available. And then what they do is they take the property. So unlike Basalt Commons, where the county will hold the property and lease it back, the way that affordable housing works is they take that property and they put it into a community land trust model. And that takes the land out of any kind of ownership. And then what the affordable housing tenant is doing is they're getting their economic benefit from the increase of the value of the house itself.
Yeah.
But they can never they can't sell it at a profit. The land remains as a public benefit and makes it possible for future generations to still continue to have affordable housing at that location.
I'm Lisa Gambee, and I approve this message.